Who remembers Anzhi Makhachkala? The Russian club shook Europe with wild spending from 2011 to 2013. Owned by billionaire Suleiman Kerimov, they aimed to become one of the world's biggest clubs, making numerous major signings and even beating Liverpool in the Europa League. But in 2013, financial troubles hit hard, with Kerimov seeing £5.5 billion wiped off the value of a company he was investing in, leading to a series of manager changes and relegations. However, at one point, with Gus Hiddink in charge, they felt like they were on their way to become one of the biggest clubs in the world. Let's take a look at some of the big names they convinced to join before things started to unravel rather quickly. Roberto Carlos, free transfer. The legendary Brazilian was 37 at the time, having been released by Corinthians. He was probably ready to retire, but Kerimov offered him €10 million over 2 years to play defensive midfield. He was also bought a £1.2 million Bugatti Veyron for his birthday. Willian, £31.5 million. Willian played just 11 games for Anzhi despite being their record signing from Shakhtar Donetsk before joining Chelsea for a similar fee. Samuel Eto'o, £24.3 million. Eto'o became the highest paid player in the world when he joined Anzhi, picking up €20 million per year after tax. He rewarded them with 26 goals in 73 matches. He also lived in Moscow, making the 1,200-mile flight to Makhachkala for matches because he feared for his safety. Alexander Kokorin, £17.1 million. Kokorin didn't play a single match for Anzhi due to the squad's diminishing budget after moving from Dinamo Moscow. So, what happened? He was sold straight back to Dinamo for an undisclosed fee we can only guess was significantly lower. Lassina Traore, £12.6 million. The lanky striker scored 18 goals in 46 matches for the club. He was eventually moved on to AS Monaco and spent time on loan at Everton. Chris Samba, £12.6 million. Anzhi signed Samba from Blackburn halfway through the 2011-12 season, only to move him on to QPR in the middle of the following campaign. Chris Samba, again, £10.44 million. No, we haven't repeated ourselves. Anzhi re-signed Samba 6 months after selling him. He signed a 4-year deal, but within a month, he and the entire squad were on the transfer list. Lassana Diarra, £4.5 million. Anzhi showed their muscle by getting their hands on a midfielder who had played for Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid and France, though they only managed to squeeze 18 matches out of him in the Russian Premier League. Yuri Zhirkov, £13.5 million. Snapped up from Chelsea just 1 year on from winning the double in England, Zhirkov played over 50 times for Anzhi across 2 seasons before, like seemingly so many other Anzhi players, ending up at Dinamo Moscow. Diego Tardelli, £4.5 million. Tardelli arrived at the club as a full Brazil international, but his time in Russia was far less fruitful as he notched a grand total of 0 goals from just 14 outings in an Anzhi shirt. And what of Anzhi now? Well, they last played in the 3rd tier of Russian football in 2022, but were then denied a license to continue as a professional club and were dissolved. They once dreamed of being Russia's biggest club, but now they're not even Makhachkala's biggest team, with another club, FC Dynamo Makhachkala, now competing in the 2nd tier of Russian football. A cautionary tale that spending lots of money does not guarantee success.